Titled The One Habit You Must Adopt for Success. What if I told you that nearly half of your career success has almost nothing to do with your talent, your luck, or who you know? There's a compelling body of research that shows almost 50% of your success in your professional life comes down to something entirely within your control, yet most of us just ignore it. This isn't about working harder or waiting for some once-in-a-lifetime idea to strike. It's about a fundamental shift in how you operate day to day. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just another productivity hack. It's the foundational system that makes all other success possible. Look, I've been there. I've read the books, listened to the podcasts, and tried to implement the dozens of secrets that successful people supposedly swear by. Waking up at 4 a.m.? Tried it. Cold showers? Yep. Journaling for an hour straight? You bet. Trying to network with 5 new people every single day? The result was always the same: complete and utter exhaustion. I was stuck in a cycle of starting, stopping, and feeling like a failure because I couldn't keep up with 20 different complicated routines. It felt like I was trying to juggle a dozen balls in the air, only to watch them all come crashing down around me. I'd see people around me making this steady, seemingly effortless progress, and I just couldn't figure out what I was missing. I had the drive, I had the goals, but I was completely stuck. The problem wasn't the habits themselves, the problem was my approach. I was trying to build a skyscraper without laying the foundation first. The secret isn't found in one specific action, like meditating for an hour or reading a book a week. Those are the results, not the cause. The real secret, the one habit you must adopt for success, is the meta habit that sits above all the others. It is the intentional, deliberate practice of building and maintaining positive, goal-aligned routines in your daily life. That's it. I know, it's not sexy, it's not a quick fix, but it is the single most powerful engine for personal and professional change. Success in any part of your life is rarely an accident. It's the direct result of intentional, repeated behaviors that eventually become second nature. This isn't about what you do once in a while. It's about what you build into the very fabric of your days. It's the habit of building habits. So, what does that actually look like in real life? It means becoming the architect of your own life, not just a passenger. Most people let their days happen to them. They react to emails, they react to other people's demands, they react to their own fleeting impulses. But the people who make consistent progress, they design their days with intention. They get that habits create incredible efficiency and consistency, which in turn frees up their precious mental energy for creative thinking, deep work, and solving high-level problems. Think of it this way. Your willpower and motivation are like a phone battery that drains throughout the day. If you have to consciously decide to do every single positive thing, to eat a healthy lunch, to make that important call, to not scroll on social media, you'll be running on empty by noon. But when you build a habit, the action becomes automatic. It gets handled by a different part of your brain, the basal ganglia, which uses way less energy. You no longer decide to do it, you just do it. Let me tell you about someone I know, a freelance graphic designer named Anna. A few years ago, Anna was the definition of a struggling artist. Her talent was off the charts, but her life was pure chaos. She worked from home, but her days had zero structure. She'd wake up whenever, scroll on her phone for an hour, and then just stare at a blank screen, totally overwhelmed by her to-do list. She was missing deadlines, her income was all over the place, and she constantly felt like an imposter. Then, she decided to stop looking for some magic productivity app or a new client to solve all her problems. Instead, she focused on building one single habit, an intentional routine. She didn't start with anything crazy. Her first move was just self-awareness. She recognized that her mornings were a disaster and it was torpedoing her entire day. So she designed a simple, non-negotiable morning routine. Just 3 things. Wake up at 7 a.m., no phone, drink a glass of water, and open her laptop to a specific to-do list she had written the night before. That was it. At first it was tough, but she stuck with it, doing the same thing in the same way every single day to build that habit loop. Slowly, something incredible started to happen. That one tiny routine created a ripple effect. Because she was at her desk and focused by 7:30 a.m., she started knocking out her most important task before 10 a.m. That feeling of accomplishment gave her momentum for the rest of the day. She then applied that same thinking to another area. She designed her environment for success by setting up a dedicated workspace, getting rid of the TV and other distractions that made it easy to fail. She even scheduled a 30-minute block in her calendar every afternoon for skill development, a habit that was directly tied to her goal of becoming a top-tier designer. Within a year, Anna had doubled her income. She wasn't just meeting deadlines, she was beating them. More importantly, that constant anxiety and feeling of being an imposter had vanished, replaced by a quiet confidence. She didn't magically become more talented. She just built a system of habits that allowed her talent to finally shine. She mastered the one habit of building all the others. This isn't something that's just for other people. You can start building this master habit today. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, it gets stronger with practice. Here is a simple 5-step framework to get you started. Step 1, spot the lag. Take an honest look at your life. Where are you not getting the results you want? Is it your health? Your finances? Your career? Get specific. Don't just say, I want to be healthier. Instead, say, I am not getting enough sleep and it's crushing my energy levels. By finding the gap between where you are and where you want to be, you can pinpoint the exact habit that will close it. Step 2, start absurdly small. This is the biggest mistake people make. They try to do way too much way too soon. Your goal right now is not to transform your life overnight. It's to master the skill of being consistent. So pick one high-impact habit and break it down into its smallest possible piece. Want to read more? Don't commit to a book a week. Commit to reading 1 page a day. Want to exercise? Don't sign up for an hour-long class. Commit to doing 5 push-ups when you wake up. The goal is to make it so easy you can't possibly say no. Step 3, make it a ritual. You need to anchor your new tiny habit to a routine you already have. This is a technique called habit stacking. The formula is simple. After I habit, I will new habit. For example, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will do 5 push-ups. Or after I pour my first cup of coffee, I will read 1 page of a book. By latching the new behavior onto something you already do on autopilot, you're using the momentum of your old habit to build the new one. Step 4, track and reflect. You can't improve what you don't measure. This doesn't have to be complicated. Get a calendar and draw a big X on every day you nail your tiny habit. Seriously, this simple act is incredibly motivating and gives you a visual of your progress. Then, at the end of each week, take 5 minutes to reflect. How did it feel? What worked? What didn't? This reflection is key for the final step. Step 5, adjust as needed. Be a scientist, not a drill sergeant. Your habit system is an experiment. If you find yourself constantly forgetting or failing to do your new habit, don't beat yourself up. Get curious. Is the habit still too big? Is your trigger not working? Is your environment secretly fighting against you? Be flexible. Tweak the plan. Maybe you need to read your 1 page at night instead of in the morning. Maybe laying out your gym clothes the night before is the missing piece. The goal isn't perfection from day one. The goal is to keep adjusting until you find what works for you. I want you to pause for a second and really imagine this. Picture yourself a year from now. You've spent the last 12 months mastering this one meta habit. You've slowly, intentionally, and consistently built a handful of small, positive routines into your life. What does your life look like? The chaos and overwhelm? They're gone, replaced by a sense of calm control. Progress in your career is no longer a source of stress. It's a predictable result of what you do every day. Your health and well-being aren't things you hope to get around to one day. They're actively nurtured by your consistent habits. The relationships that matter most to you are stronger because you've built in the small, daily actions of connection and appreciation. You are no longer just wishing for success. You are building it, brick by brick, every single day. The future you want isn't created by some giant leap, but by the sum of 1,000 tiny intentional steps. That is the future that's waiting for you when you stop chasing hacks and start building a system. The single most important habit for success is the one that builds all the others: the intentional creation and maintenance of positive daily routines that line up with your goals. It is the foundation upon which every great achievement is built. So my challenge to you is this: don't wait. Start today. In the comments below, I want you to commit to one thing. Tell me the one absurdly small habit you're going to start building using the framework we talked about. By writing it down, you're making a commitment to yourself and to everyone here. And if you're serious about stop leaving your success to chance and want to learn more about building systems that create real, lasting change, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thank you for investing this time in yourself. Now go lay your first brick.